It's time to head up the freeway. Newcastle Racecourse is preparing to host the third annual running of the $1 Million The Hunter on November 13.
It certainly is. For more on this, we are joined by Newcastle Jockey Club Chief Executive Duane. Dowell, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jill, and good morning, Tim.
Well, Duane, you joined the club 2 months ago as GM of Racing Operations. Now you're in the top job as of Monday. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. It was something that probably happened a lot quicker than I thought, but got a great team around me, and we're really excited for what comes next week. It's an exciting week. It's just not about the day, but also the lead up. We've got some functions happening as we lead up to the Hunter, so can't wait to get into it next week.
Well, tell us about Newcastle Jockey Club and the strength of racing, because look, we know of the Lees family, but it's a very, very rich place when it comes to this sport.
Absolutely. A lot of history around the place. I actually went into our history room last week with one of our directors, Rob Dan, and I could have spent all day there. I'm a bit of a history buff myself. Even the new race, the $300,000 Beaufort, is named after a horse that raced back in the 1920s at Newcastle. So it's fitting that new race has a little bit of a history to it as well. And we want to start creating our own history with the Hunter as well. It's going to be a race that's going to be around for a long time, and we're building really nicely.
And the NJC is certainly in a stage of growth. There's huge developments underway, plans in place. Is that sort of the focus of your new role, to help really grow racing there in Newcastle?
Yeah, absolutely, Julie. Look, we've got about 200 to 250 horses in work at the moment. A new stable complex is being designed as a DA has gone into council in the last few weeks, which is our next stage. But we want to be able to accommodate 500 horses at Newcastle, and we're going to need facilities upgrades at some of the training tracks as well to accommodate that. But it's an exciting next few years. At the moment, it's cost prohibitive, but we've had some positive discussions with Racing New South Wales, and then we'll probably need some support from the state or federal government to get it over the line. But I'm pretty confident in the next couple of years we're going to have a state-of-the-art facility which will attract even more trainers from around Australia to Newcastle.
Well, this is certainly going to attract some attention like it has in the past. The Hunter, 1,300 metres next week.
Yeah, look, the Spring Carnival is just the carnival that keeps on giving, isn't it? So it doesn't stop yet. It comes to Newcastle next week, and then the Gong the week after. And look, this race, the Classic Legend form, will certainly be at the fore for the Hunter next week. You've got horses like Lost and Running and Standout looking to come to the race. So it's going to be every bit as good as the Classic Legend a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, I can't wait. I've had a look at the early nominations, and I'm very pleased with what I see.
Yeah, these sprint races have such a huge following now, such a young crowd interested as well. How important is a standalone race of this nature? It's worth $1 million. How important is it to the region, to your club?
Well, it's enormously important to us, and the community have really got behind it. We're still a little bit restricted with numbers. Thankfully, we went from 4 square metres to 2 square metres across the premise this week, which allows us to get a tick under 4,000 people on track on next Saturday. If we were at 100% full capacity, we'd be able to get 5,000 or 6,000 into our place. But look, we're wrapped that we're going to be able to have that many people. A couple of months ago, we were looking a bit dicey that we're going to be able to have that many people, if any at all. So, yeah, the community's really got behind it. Some of the sales went, sold out within an hour last week. And we've just been able to, because of the change to the square metre rule, release more, and there's only a couple of hundred tickets left. So I really encourage people, if they want to come to Newcastle, to get onto our website and book those last remaining tickets, because we expect them to sell out by the end of the weekend.
And that's the point going forward, isn't it? You need to encourage every generation to get out to the track when you get back to 100% capacity, and to get there often, because that will give you the opportunity and the money in the bank to do what you want to do with your stables and upgrades and so on.
Yeah, that's for sure. So racing sustains itself, but certainly we have a big hospitality part of our business as well, and that will allow us to continue to grow, improve facilities as well for patrons. So, at the moment, patrons want a higher level of hospitality, and we're working towards that. We've still got some improvements to do over the next few years to increase the comfort level of patrons, because it is an aged facility, but we are steadily improving those facilities, and that's what people expect these days.
Well, Duane, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations on the new role, and we wish you and the team all the best next week for the Hunter. It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys, and can't wait.